Hello all and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today in this particular video, we are going to see how we can use ChatGPT for NER extractions, and also we are going to see how we can frame a prompt or do a prompt engineering to get a better output from ChatGPT or any kind of LLM models. Right, so we are going to start with that, and this particular tutorial is gonna help you to build up new use cases. I'm just going to show you one of the use case that is NER, but this can be helpful for your another use cases like extracting the information from the text in case of the relation extractions, in case of NER extractions, job titles or job descriptions, and there are many use cases can be built up on this information extractions, right? So but this philosophy will remain the same, and this part of the work will remain the same, and you can utilize this particular approach to extract the information from your text. So right now we were building a lot of models to extract the informations from the text. So let's suppose if I want to extract the information of a particular financial statement, and I want to train a particular model on that particular database, right? But with this particular approach, you don't have to train a particular model, and you can just do a zero shot NER extractions, and just you have to write a good prompt so that you can get in the desired output, right? So this is the approach that you can take it up, and the main challenge comes into play when you try to make model for different type of use cases, and then you have to maintain those models for the production ready, right? And then that's the problem that comes into play. And with this kind of LLM models or ChatGPT kind of models, it can be very helpful for us to just write good prompt codes or prompt engineer codes, and then we can use that prompt engineering to get a desired output that we want from the text documents. And even now we are moving forward towards a multi-model world where the GPT-4 is bringing more and more flexibility by using the images and text together, and then you can query that particular text and image together by using the prompt engineer to get a better output by using those two results. But that's another video, we can bring it up. But right now it's just a ChatGPT we are going to use for our NER work, right? So for that we are going to install OpenAI package, and once we install the OpenAI package, we have to just import those libraries like OpenAI OS and RE and AST, and then you have to mention the OpenAPI key. And then once you register with OpenAPI and you have mentioned your key, then you have to start writing the prompts, right, for your desired output. So to write a prompt, you should follow a particular standard format, that is what we call a prompt engineering. So it should be something like this. So a prompt contains different part of the sections that you have to frame up. So for a particular prompt to be a good prompt, you have to frame a context in such a way that it should be helpful for a model to understand the things out in a better way, so that it can output you the desired result in a better quality. And then you have to play with those prompts so that you can start making the model making more sense. So that's the thing that you have to follow, and there are certain steps that you have to take care while building a prompt. So when you usually write a prompt, you have to have a context section, as you can see over here, which decides that what is the intention of that particular LLM model will be. So if you are using ChatGPT or any kind of LLM model, let's say Llama model, then you have to set up the context for that particular LLM model so that it stays specific to that particular task. It will not diverge to different tasks. So let's suppose right now I'm going to use it for NER task, so I'm going to specify the prompt that your context of using that particular LM model should be specific to the NER. It shouldn't be going beyond that NER, right? So that's the context information that you have to set up while building up an LLM model. And then you have to set up some examples regarding the task that you're going to give it to the particular model. So you have to give us some task or like some examples of that particular task, and then you have to define the task for that particular model, and then you have to specify the output section for that particular task that has been given. So in my case, what I have to do is I have to just set up a context for the ChatGPT or particular LLM model that you're going to use. So in that case, I am going to set up a context for the particular model, saying that you are in smart and intelligent name entity recognition systems. So this is the context that I am setting for a model or ChatGPT, so that it shouldn't divert its information to different segments. It is very specific to this particular system, and it understands that it has to do a work regarding the NER. So that's the context that you have to set up. and I provided further more information about the context. Like I will provide you the information of the entities, and you need to extract the information from the sentence of the provided entities, and then you have to extract the entities from the sentences and give the output in desired format that is shown in the example. So this is the context that I set it for that particular ChatGPT model, so that it is very specific to the NER system. And now I'm giving a user prompt to make sure that model understood its role, right? So that's what I'm writing it here. And then I'm also I'm writing a model output that should be given by an ChatGPT model, but I'm specifically giving this assistant prompt so that this particular model is sure about its task, right? So this is what it should be understanding by this particular information. And the main things comes into play here is this a prompt region that where we are going to write the specific examples and the tasks that we are going to do. So essentially we just frame a context and specify the task and the output that is desired, and now we are going to write the examples like how we discussed here, right? So we set up a context and now we are trying to write up the example. So that's what we are trying to do here. So essentially I'm going to mention the information about the entities that I'm going to extract. So in this tutorial we are going to extract person, date, location, organization, and numbers. So numbers can be any numerical numbers like 7,000, half of dozen. So likewise I've mentioned the information of each and every entities here, and then once I've defined entities, I'm going to specify the output format. So I just want to get the output in some kind of JSON format. So that's what I have mentioned it here. So I have written the output should be a person and list of entities present in that particular sentence, and likewise date and list of entities present for that particular date in a sentence. Likewise for other entities I have stored it, and then this is the desired format that I want to get. And I've also mentioned that if there are no entities present in a particular category, then you should mention it as none, or you should leave it as a blank. So that's the context that I'm sharing with the model to understand the perspective of a user with an example and the information of the particular entities. So once this definition of the entities and the output is set in the particular prompt, then you have to specify the examples. So the next move is to specify the examples, right? So we have given a sentence, or I should start with the example as a context, and then I have to specify the example. So this is a sentence I am passing it here. So this is a very self-generated sentence, and this is the output that I am expecting it to a model to give, right? So this is the output example that I am specifying it here, and similarly the second output I am giving, or giving a second sentence and getting a second output for your particular sentence. Now the third sentence, that is my new sentence that will be coming up. So I am just framing it like this. It is a third sentence and a new sentence that will be passing it to this particular model to query it, and then give me the output or the NER outputs from those sentences. So this is the setup for a particular prompt that you can make it for NER. So there are different ways you can write this particular prompt to get an output. This is the one way. So there could be many ways that you can try it and get an output in a designed format. But right now we are just focusing on this particular format that I've just mentioned it here. So once you have specified that, right, so you have to make sure that you have set up your Open API key, and then you're trying to pass that particular sentence into the Open API key, right? So for that you have to set up the Open API chat completion method, and then from there you have to create a model. So this is the thing that you have to specify to use the ChatGPT model, and then you have to specify the role, the system, and the content of the particular system that we have specified over at the top, that is system prompt. So this is the context that you're going to set up for a particular ChatGPT or any LLM model, and you have to specify the user content, and then you have to specify the assistant content, and this is the final content that you have to set it up so that you can get an answer for it, right? So this is the final prompt that you have submitted over here, and then once you're done with that, you have to just get the response from this particular output that the OpenAI will gonna generate. So if you haven't watched my videos on ChatGPT, like how to set up ChatGPT or how to use OpenAPI ChatGPT, you can just go and watch that particular video. I have explained these things in detail, like what is the meaning of this particular role and system and assistant over there, so you can understand the things fully over there, and then you can basically use this kind of things to extract the information, right? So this is all the things that is coming from that particular video. So this was just a brief about it. And then once you set up this particular function, then you have to just start passing this particular sentence, a new sentence that you're going to pass in to extract the NER information. So from this particular sentence, so let me just print out this particular sentence. We are going to extract the person name, the organization, and the location, and the date, and the numbers, right? So this is a sentence that I have passed in. So there you can see there are various names, and the dates and the organization names are present. So we are going to just pass this sentence and into the particular format. So first we need to get this prompt and then pass this sentence to the prompt. So remember, we have this prompt, right? So we have to pass this particular sentence here. That is my sentence here. So that is what I am doing here, prompt.format, and then passing the sentence into the prompt. And then this prompt is going to pass into the function to get the response from the OpenAPI ChatGPT, right? So this is a function I'm going to use. I'm going to pass this prompt essentially inside this, and then I'm going to get an output in form of NER. So that's the thing that we can use this kind of language models to extract the information from a particular text descriptions, right? So this is one of the tasks that this is one of the applications that we can build up and use it instantly without training any kind of model on any of the data set. Just you have to mention the prompt in a better way and give some good examples so that it can understand the better things about a particular task that it is going to do, and then it will help you to extract the information from it. So you can see the model is able to extract the information from this particular sentence. You can see it is able to get me the list of the person names and the date. You can see the various dates that will present in this particular sentence, and then locations. So this is the locations, and the organization names are also present. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Microsoft Corporations, and there are no numbers are present. So it's returning none. So that's the beauty of this particular large LLM models, and this is one of the applications that you can use it for. And this is how helpful the ChatGPT could be, and you can use this kind of technologies or the applications or this kind of models to build up good applications, and you can get your data annotated also by using this kind of models, or you can also use these models to extract the information from text or any kind of unstructured data, right? Even you can use layout tables, or you can use CSV files and can pass in the information and get the output from those particular unstructured data set, right? So this is what this video is all about, and hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you like this particular video, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.